Israel has every
No,
right.
I want to know sincerely. Go ahead.
I can't answer the question. I think Israel has every right to defend itself. I have no problem with them taking action to defend themselves. I just wish there was more honesty in how they're conducting their operations. I don't believe this idea that every single target that they're targeting in Gaza is like some military depot, some like high level Hamas headquarters or anything like that. Like it looks like they're just demolishing entire like blocks and blocks all together and just destroying it like completely. That's what it looks like to me. And I don't buy like every time, even when when the hospital strike happened, what did we see? We saw that Hanania Naftali guy who is, allegedly paid by
Yeah, he's a paid
Netanyahu.
spokesperson. He's a paid spokesperson. Yeah.
Yeah, by Netanyahu. Netanyahu spoke at his wedding. The
Yeah.
tweet he puts out is
It's up in the jumbotron right now.
yeah.
No, I mean, I know
He
we're
puts out, hold on.
it's stipulated. It's
He makes
stipulated. We're not
very
arguing about it. Yeah.
specific. He made very specific claims saying Israeli Air Force struck a Hamas terrorist base inside a Gaza hospital. Multiple number of terrorists are dead, and then he talks about like the human shield stuff. Those are very specific claims. So did he just straight up lie? Is he just a straight up fucking liar?
Yeah, he obviously he's a low level PR guy, right? He jumped the gun,
No,
right?
he's
Low
not.
level
No, he's
PR.
not.
No, that's what he
Get the
is. That's
fuck
what he is.
outta
You're
here.
not a
That's-
low level
Get the
PR
fuck
guy.
outta
Fucking
here.
Netanyahu speaks at your wedding, dude. Come on.
No, they're boys. They're boys. Fine. He's a friend of his, but he's a low.
Oh,
But we
you're
know
so
based
full of
on
shit.
based on the actual
AB,
evidence.
You gotta be more honest than this. Like, is he a
Man,
fucking
they're
liar?
working
Can you say
hard.
that? Is he a
Can we get the
scumbag
Sikh
liar?
perspective? The
Well,
Sikh.
no,
No. I want an answer from AB on this. Is this guy a scumbag liar then? Because that's the only other option. Is he a scum? Those are very specific claims he made. Is he a
no. I
scumbag?
reject the
What?
false. I reject the false dichotomy. He was
What?
obviously. I gave you my answer. I think he was jumping the gun, right? He was
Jumping.
trying.
He jumped the
made
gun?
specific
Oh my God.
claims about the attack.
Meaning he heard about a thing. He immediately jumped to justify it. He himself assumed
So
it was
he
them.
lied. Like
Claim credit.
Do you know what? Hold on. Do you know what that claim means? That means, hey, we have information. Terrorists are dead. Multiple terrorists.
No.
Israeli
If
Air
you
Force.
hear it
They
from like the
bombed
head
it.
idea,
I have intel. It's a Hamas base. You can't.
no.
What?
No, he it's exactly what I said. He jumped the gun. He's a low level.
That's not a jumping the gun anything. How do you say that unless you just is he just making shit up? Where is he getting the info from? Do we have an answer on that? There's been no explanation about these specific claims that he made. It's a Hamas terrorist base. Multiple terrorists were killed. Israeli Air Force struck it. Those are very specific claims, and you're saying he jumped. That doesn't explain the specific claims and whether he's a lying scumbag or not, or like where did he get the information? I can't believe you're not interested. Well, I can because you're not. It doesn't seem if you don't care about the answer to that question, you're not an honest actor.
I've never given a fuck what Hanania Naftali said before, and I'm not going to start giving a fuck what Hanania Naftali says now because he never meant anything. He is nobody. If the head IDF spokesperson comes out and says somebody, if the Minister of Defense says something, if a fucking general says something, if a high-ranking colonel fucking says, fuck, if a captain on the ground says something, then I will give a fuck. When
If America cheered, they would have kept it up.
Hanania Naftali is a PR guy, all right? So he heard about a fucking thing. He knew Israel was doing airstrikes.
Where did he hear these specific claims from? Is he a fucking liar or not?
I mean, to be fair, Biden said a lot of shit in like the last week that's turned out to be completely false.
Yeah,
No
one knows. No one knows. Now
that's the
let's
worst.
cover
Prodigal. I'm gonna kick you if you're gonna make super bad faith things like Biden doesn't know what room he's in. He's a fucking mental patient. Like, what are you talking about? I know.
I'm just a good debater.
Biden is half a mental.
I know
patient.
Chuck's gonna disagree.
Chuck's gonna have questions
I mean,
about Kabab.
I talked to him 7 weeks ago, and if any of you fuckers have talked to him recently, then please stand up.
Chuck, you got to play a recording of that phone call. I want to hear that phone call.
With who? With Biden?
Who did he talk to? It wasn't a phone call.
Or Naftali? Who did he talk to? Naftali or Biden?
I want to hear a recording of that conversation.
You want me to record the president in the White House?
Yes. Yes.
It's hard. It's always hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Just get him on like a selfie. Like do hey, we're gonna do an Instagram live.
Next time I go to the White House, I will take a selfie with the president.
It's hard to tell. I'm
supposed to go in November. I will.
November, fantastic. Looking forward to. Awesome.
It's hard to tell with Chuck because he lies about 64%
I
of the stuff
believe Chuck
he says.
emphatically.
But he does tell the truth
AB,
about 30% of the stuff he says.
AB,
So.
anytime you wanna throw down in a courtroom, in the
Okay.
octagon,
Let's do
on
it.
the
Okay.
street
Yeah, there we
corner,
go. Octagon.
So,
in Gaza,
Octagon,
anytime,
yeah.
In Gaza.
yeah.
anytime, any place,
So,
Even in the
any
West
place.
Bank, right?
I accept. Chuck, I always accept your
Okay.
challenges.
We'll say it
I
later.
accept.
Anytime. You just give me the coordinates. I'll meet you there.
Like the Israelis, I will let the terrorist Gingy attack me first, and then we will see what the repercussions are.
Are you implying that's
No,
Muhammad?
no. Hamas was funded by Netanyahu. I read it in Haaretz.
And,
Hamas was funded by Netanyahu. I read it in Haaretz.
Hamas is what?
Hamas was funded by Netanyahu. I read it in Haaretz.
Well, he did allow. Listen, it's true. Israel has some.
No, you're just
They did
making
allow
an excuse for the crime minister, and we're tracking all of you guys.
But
you know you're fucked.
I know.
Right?
Listen, I'm happy to, bro.
Your
I'm
career
happy.
is over, right? Like you know this,
Chuck,
right?
if I was worried about being tracked by you, I wouldn't talk so much relentless shit about you, brother, to your face
No, you don't
and
take
behind
it
your
to my
back.
face. You've never said it to my face because you're a coward. You're in Canada right now.
Yeah,
Pussy.
AB's in with
I've
stealth.
literally,
He's safe.
I've literally made you
You're
cry.
in Canada right now, pussy.
I made you beg.
you didn't.
I made you beg
No, you
Suleiman Ahmed to kick me off of space because you were so
No, you
fucking
didn't.
shook, brother.
Yeah, look,
Yeah,
we
I
catch
did.
you in the back channel.
And you're about to lose $1,000
Do
US
you
to me too
understand?
in a couple months.
Because you never actually sent me an escrow person because you're a
No.
fucking
I never agreed to the escrow.
Yes, you did.
But
I have it
agreed.
recorded, dumb
I'm gonna pull up the
motherfucker.
recording.
No, I have it
All right.
recorded.
I'm gonna pull up the
You're
recording
a liar,
where
AB.
we both
You're
agreed
a
to it.
liar. You're
Okay.
a liar, and
All
you
right.
work for a criminal regime.
You are
and your
Hamas,
days-
and I'm Israel, and I'm
your
happy to
days-
take that
and
bet.
Okay, Charles.
No,
sorry,
Kaiser,
man.
how could you stop that? What's wrong with you?
Your days
Because
are
I said,
numbered. Your days are numbered.
oh,
Okay, bro.
guys,
That
that's
sounds
getting
like
dark
a
here.
very.
Disavow.
That's
What are
getting very
you?
dark here. Guys.
Well, I mean, Chuck, if you're gonna do something, can it be like what
I'm already doing
Kim
something.
Jong Un did to his brother, like with the fucking nerve chemical with the two?
Their money. I'm about to take out one of their top funding assets tomorrow. Wait for it. You'll
Oh,
see.
nice.
With a Birack
I'm
bomb
gonna. Let me.
Oh, I gotta see this.
I'd like to revise. I'd like to revise the.
Business Insider today. Look at.
I'd like to extend.
Business
Guys,
Insider.
Business Insider today. I'm so excited. I am so excited.
I would like to revise and extend my remarks. I would like to revise and extend my remarks. I said Chuck lied about 64.
You understand that you're done, right? Like you get this. Like you understand that we track you guys, we neutralize you. Like you've seen what we did to Mike Benz. Like you've seen what we're doing to your people. Like you get this, right? Like it's over. You should just retire. Like I'm being kind to you right now. Like that's what you should do right now. You should retire. You should quit.
Are you at an airport, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm at an airport. Of course I'm at an airport. The fuck else we're at?
Turn your phone on to
I just want Chuck, like, he's going to be in the security line and he's going to be talking about Islamic Jihad.
He's like Hamas.
They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. I go through the special line.
My mentions are going to be so much fun tomorrow. My mentions are going to be awesome.
You're done. You're done. It's over.
Wait, Chuck, let's just say this very loudly. Say dirty bomb in my underwear. Like,
Disavow.
Look, I am a white person in an airport with a security clearance and traveling through customs.
I mean,
traveling through customs with a
well, you're not exactly a white person. You're a
With a
Gingy.
gun.
That's not exactly the same thing. Let's be honest.
Let's
You're a redhead. You're not a white person.
The Aryan of the Aryans.
I'm carrying my concealed.
I don't know. That's like
carry.
genetic anomaly
Oh,
of
the
genetic
Persians
anomaly.
and the Indians say they're the real Aryans.
I just went through.
The Iranians say they're the real Aryans. That's why it's
I just
probably
went
wrong.
and got my Glock because I checked it because I'm a good person, and I went and got my Glock.
Are you still in Turkey?
No,
Are you still in Turkey?
Of course not.
You're not hanging out with your bitches in Turkey?
No, because you know what just happened, right? You guys worked with the PKK to blow up the National Assembly, and that was like not good.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't know that.
PKK,
I didn't know
Israel, look it up.
Send me the intel.
No,
Send me the
I'm not
intel.
going to send you the intel. Are you fucking mad?
wait, is that coming out in a story soon, Chuck?
That won't be in a story, but that's known.
I would like to once again extend and revise my marks. I said Chuck lied 78% of the time. I'd like to extend that to 84% of the time.
64% of the time. We recorded.
I know, but I've increased it twice.
Like you're done. Like
I
just
know.
Quit.
I know.
Quit.
I hear that all the time.
It's done.
84% of the time. 84%
You're
of the time.
done. It's over.
I know.
You're going to be lucky to get back into the United States when we're done with you.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will be.
No, I won't.
You will 100% be. You'll be lucky to.
I hear you.
It's over.
Okay. All right, Chuck.
Over.
All right,
You're
Doug.
done.
You're going to be paying me $1,000 in a
I'm
couple
not gonna
months,
be
or
paying
I
you.
will be suing
I'm
your
not
ass.
gonna pay you a dime.
And then we
Ron
can meet in the
DeSantis
octagon,
gonna be
motherfucker.
president. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that. Like we're done.
Oh, I didn't say
Yes,
that.
you did.
I just
It's
said
recorded.
Chris Christie's not.
It's recorded.
No. We made a bet
No,
about.
we did not make a
It is
bet. I said
recorded.
to give me your escrow attorney.
Was the
By
bet
way,
about Chris Christie or not about Chris
Tom,
Christie?
Tom Bear, who's in all of these spaces.
We bet about Chris
Tom Bear.
Christie. It's on multiple.
Tom
It's on
Bear.
multiple recorded
Tom Bear,
spaces.
who's in every
All
one
right.
of these
All right,
spaces.
Gingy. All right.
Tom
Gingy.
Bear,
Hold on,
who's
let
in
him
every
speak.
one of these spaces. Tom Bear, who's in every single one, records everything I say in them because I know you guys like to lie. And so I track you just as you track me.
You Gingies are like a ghost. Your bet was that fat man,
No,
what do you call them, the fat man,
that
Chris
was
Christie,
not
would
what
win the
that
New
was
Hampshire
not what I
primary.
said.
So, well, of course it
No,
wasn't,
it was
Chuck.
not.
And you didn't say you were hanging out with Joe
And by
Biden.
the way, and yes, I was. I
Chuck
was.
and Joe
I was
Biden.
talking to Joe Biden
You are
7 weeks ago.
you are a pathological
Not
fucking
true.
liar.
I was.
Yes.
It's absolutely.
You would never be put on the phone with Joe
I
Biden.
wasn't put on the phone.
It's never going to happen. It never has happened. It never will happen.
With him. Look it up. It's in the visitor logs. I know you
Okay,
guys
you better. I took a White House tour. That's great.
No, I did not take a White House tour. There were 25 of us there, and we were talking.
They wouldn't even let you in for a White House tour.
Is that what
AB,
about
AB, AB. Charles was in Turkey for 60 days. It's not a common thing.
Yeah, it's totally normal stuff. Just happened to speak Turkish.
He was in Turkey on a tourist visa.
No, I was
I'm very
not.
excited
You
for
get
him.
a 60-day tourist visa for Turkey. 45 days maximum.
What's long?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was on a work visa. That's also
no, I was
not very
on a work
exciting.
visa. I was a guest of the government.
Okay. Well, Turkey, I believe, but not America. America wants something to do with
you
it.
understand that you're done, right?
I know. I get it. I'm
You
done. I'm done. I'll never make it to America again.
No,
like
you're in
like 3
Canada.
days from now, I won't be in
You're in
America. You're right.
Canada
You're right.
right now.
You're right. You're right.
And by the way,
I know where I am, motherfucker. I'm just saying.
we know why you guys work there. We know all about the cell you're a part of. We know all about the messages you share.
Oh,
like you're done.
Tell me.
It's over.
Tell me.
No, why would I tell you? I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Share it with the space. They deserve to know this incredible intel you have.
Up, and it's going to be hilarious.
You're such an insider, Chuck.
Disappear.
You're such an insider, Chuck.
Disappear from these spaces.
You're a circus curiosity,
like, hey,
motherfucker.
Where's AB? Where did he go? Right? Just like.
Guys, as long as no Novichok is involved, everything is fair and square, okay? But no Novichok, no. I mean, honestly, guys, that's a little bit dark here. I don't want AB to suffer.
No, Chuck needs to get specific about what he's threatening. Besides, like preventing a citizen from going back into his own country.
Why would? I mean, you just saw what we just did to Douglas Mackey. Like, you know, you're in trouble, right? Like, we track you guys. Like, you know this, right? Like, you know you're in trouble.
What does Douglas Mackey have to do with the price of tea in China? You stupid ass motherfucker.
I mean, Douglas Mackey was getting direction from Israeli intelligence, so there's that. Trying to interfere with American discourse, just like you do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Chuck, they got him on a fucking meme.
They didn't get him on a
meme. They wouldn't even let him have a jury of his peers. They had to say the internet cables ran through New York.
Don't fucking Hasbro on here, prodigal. Read the indictment.
By the way, this is a nice change of pace. I was having serious bases about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict for like 10 days, and now I get to like...
This is way more
fun. You're working hard for the shekels. I get it. I get you. Those shekels don't go that far in Canada these days.
I got you. Me, Douglas Mackey, shekels, you guys,
Team Jorge.
Yada, yada, yada.
I'm confused because AB's a DeSantis guy and Mackey was a Trump guy. So how does
that work? Of course,
but we were working...
Israel would never have multiple candidates in a race.
No.
Ever.
Mackey was working under me. Wacky was working under me in a cell. And because of that, Chuck's going to take me in the octagon and prevent me from entering America.
Now you're being silly. You're not a part of the same cell. We already busted that cell. We're coming for yours next.
Is that we as in yes and friend? Or do you have a mouse in your pocket? You have nothing to do with anything.
Believe me, I do. Read Business Insider tomorrow, motherfucker. Like, we're coming for you. All of you.
All right, brother.
No, we're not brothers. We're not brothers.
Who owns Business Insider?
I mean, I know.
Wait, is it Business Insider today?
Today. Well, it'll be. I don't know what time it is right now, but it'll be out.
Business Insider's written a lot of nonsense about Russia, Ukraine, though.
It'll be out
by when?
By 9 a.m., 10 a.m. East Coast time.
Fantastic.
Oh, Chuck.
Oh, I'm coming
do it to
for
yourself,
you guys.
brother.
You're coming.
I know.
Insider. It's his go-to.
Buddy, you've been coming for us guys your entire life, and you've just been fucking downgraded in your entire career.
Not true. I'm a multimillionaire. What are you, AB?
You used to be somebody. Now you're a compulsive liar on Twitter.
You're high as a kite. By the way, I won. By the way, when you guys tried to steal, when you guys tried to steal Clearview from me, I've won every single pleading. and I'm going to get the whole
But what is it
fucking
to you
company.
guys? Like, I don't blame all Gingis for my fucking problems.
No, I
just
just
you.
blame Israeli disinformation activists, which is what you are. Everybody knows it's what you are. It's not a secret. Like, just own
Am
it.
I Israeli or do I work for Israel? Am
You
I
work for the
specifically? Am I an
Israelis.
Israeli national?
I don't know.
Okay,
I
fine.
don't know.
But
I
I'm
don't
not
know
an
your
Israeli. I'm
passport.
not an
You work
Israeli
for them.
national.
You
I'm not
work
an
for them.
Israeli national, though, right?
Everybody knows you work for them. It's not a secret.
No. I would listen. I would happily work for them, and I would fucking announce it. I would be a better head of
No, you
digital
wouldn't.
diplomacy than
No, you
whatever
wouldn't.
bitch that
No,
just
you
came on.
wouldn't. You have to do.
I
You
would
have to do
I
the
would
fake
happily take their
irregular
money.
shit. You take the money already.
I
There's a
would.
real
Good
professional. Tamar was a real professional, man. Come on, baby.
Lord.
What's it? Well, Nuance
How
didn't seem to like. I didn't hear her. I
embarrassing.
don't know.
How embarrassing
No,
of
I
you.
mean, wait.
Well,
Objectively,
we're
she
gonna have
wasn't
to
that good
get
at
this
AP.
the archive of
She
this
wasn't that good at
space
AP.
from Zag.
Tom,
Yeah, but we
Tom,
He's gonna
relied
Why
have
on
to
did
do
Zach?
it
Twitter for the
again.
Face
Why
ID,
did
though.
Zach do
So
the black
again, we're
fist?
relying
Why
on the
does Zach
Muslims,
do the black
right?
fist? Zach, why did he do the black
He
fist?
likes to show
just a
solidarity with me.
matter
He
of
doesn't like me
time.
being the only black
It's an
person on the panel.
anti-Semitic black fist, so he knows BLM is aligning themselves with Hamas right
By
now.
the way, I know
To
you were upset about
characterize.
that Nuance. What are your thoughts on BLM just going out in full decolonization, mass murder, rape, and
Well,
kidnapping and all
I
that?
mean,
I'm
listen,
curious why
I've
you'd be
No,
never
no, no,
been
no. I didn't
like,
ask Shadico. I didn't ask
yeah.
Shadico.
I mean, it totally lines up with what I've thought about BLM for a long time. Like, I'm no fan of BLM, so this all makes sense. Like, hey, yeah, they view this as like a POC war or something, and they line up like Jews and whites and sometimes Asians and with that group, and they hate all of them, and that's how that
This
works.
Capitol protest was annoying to me because you're damn well sure that if those were conservatives, they'd all be arrested and they'd be behind bars right now.
Well, again, let's be honest. This is the office building. This is not the same as the main Capitol building. Like, we've seen a ton of protests in these office buildings. They don't treat it the same. You're not interrupting an official proceeding or whatever. It's
But
not
they
the same.
were. They were. The House vote was going on.
They weren't in the fucking build. They were in the office building.
But AOC almost was raped in that same office building in 2021. So.
Well, that's yes. We all know that's true.
Did
Wait,
they catch that
can
on
we all
video
look at the
too?
jumbotron? Can you actually laugh at it, Chuck? This reposted it.
Hey, can I just chime in very quickly here? AB,
Yes,
you
Kaiser.
actually, AB, you actually said, okay, you were angry. You said, Charles, you are Hamas and I'm Israel. You said that actually here earlier on, but that's
No, I didn't.
okay.
What did I
I
say? What
love
did I say?
that. I love that. I
It's
love that,
okay,
by the
man.
way.
It's okay. It's
No, I didn't
okay.
hear. I didn't. I didn't understand what you were saying, Kaiser. What did I say?
No,
We,
when you were angry, you called Charles, you are Hamas and I'm Israel.
yeah, this is his
Oh
training.
yeah,
It's his
he's
training.
equivalent to Hamas, and I'm equivalent to Israel. So I'll take that
It's
fight any
his
day.
training. It's his training. And by the way, your
But
people
by the way,
fund
I gave
Hamas,
him too much
not my
credit.
people.
He's more like the PFLP or something like that, or the Popular Liberation Committee, one of the smaller groups.
No, it's if I were a democratic
He
group,
doesn't
you
deserve.
wouldn't support me. You
He
wouldn't
doesn't
support me.
deserve to
You
be
only
Hamas.
support Hamas and
He hasn't
ISIS,
made it
Hold
up to
on,
that
hold on.
level
which
of
you
Not,
guys
not at the
terrorism
same
do.
threat.
time, please.
Wait, but you heard
Yeah.
the reports, AB, that all those groups were
He's like the
involved in the
Lions Den or
attack on
something, you know?
Israel, right?
I would
What was
never
that?
take it. I would never take Israeli.
I said you heard the reports that PFLP and Islamic Jihad were all involved in that Hamas attack, as well as other civilians. They were all involved allegedly in that attack on October 7th.
Yes, that's correct. That's
Look,
correct. They're all involved. But we know obviously the granddaddy.
we all know that
He
BB
didn't ask
funds
you. He didn't ask
Hamas.
you. He
We
didn't ask you,
all
Chuck.
know this.
He didn't
Like,
ask
this
you,
is
Chuck.
not a secret. It's
Chuck,
in
he didn't ask
RF.
you.
I posted it on the
He,
jumbotron.
he, he
People
didn't
could read
ask
it.
you, Chuck.
All
You were
right,
not
all right.
asked.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Charles. What were you trying to say about BB?
It's very obvious that BB funds Hamas. It's always the way it's been.
No,
Oh,
listen.
You
There
can
has.
read it for yourself.
Chuck, that like talking point list that you just put up there, I saw that same thing the other day.
Yeah, I mean, it's how
I
they
have
roll,
I have
man. Like,
another
I got this
infographic.
training. Like, it's
I'm gonna
rude.
put
Like,
another
they're giving
infographic up
they're
there.
giving me all the training that I got when I worked for Dershowitz like 10 years ago, and they're giving it to me again. And
So
it's like,
here's the
get
good
better
thing.
talking points.
Wait, I'm sorry, Chuck. I asked you this for this the other day, and you said you would give it to me, but then I still never got it. It's about that claim about 2014 or something with a school that. Yeah, no. The part where I guess if there's an article out there that says Israel denied striking at first, blamed it on Hamas, and then later claimed credit for strike. If you can send me that, that'd be.
It's on my timeline. It's on my timeline. It's an Al Jazeera story.
No. I think I read the one that you posted, but it didn't mention
The
what you
problem with
claimed.
you, Nuance, yeah, it did. Like, I posted it on my timeline. You can go pull it up. I'm getting in the car right now.
All right.
But look, it's not a secret that Bibi funds Hamas, and it's not a secret that he funds ISIS because they were trying to destabilize Syria
No,
and get all the
not a
oil.
secret at all. That's why it's common knowledge, because it's not a secret. It's not a secret, and it's definitely true.
It's
Definitely
publicly
true.
out there.
Definitely true. And you're gonna
I mean, you can keep being
you're gonna
sarcastic all you want.
single-handedly
It
you and
doesn't make
Biden
it.
you and Biden are gonna
doesn't make it
single-handedly
not
take down
true.
something.
I mean, look, I just posted in the Jumbotron an article from Haaretz talking about Bibi funding Hamas, where he's quoted saying it. Like, are you just going to keep lying to people, or like, what's the deal? Like, do we actually like get like real Israeli disinformation people in these spaces? I mean, is this like the
Well, I
level
don't know.
you've sunk to?
You claimed you have evidence that I am a real Israeli
You
disinformation. Now
are
you're backtracking on
obviously
your own claim.
you always use their same tactics in their training. You got the same training I did back in the day because you clearly use it. Okay, like your last recourse is to call me Hamas.
It could be that you're mentally unstable and I'm just smarter than you.
No,
That
I'm
also
not.
could be.
I'm not
Maybe
mentally
he's smoking a
unstable at all.
cigarette.
And by
I
the
am
way,
smoking a cigarette. Yeah.
just to be well, I hope it kills
Prodigal,
you.
don't
To be
get
blunt about
tempted.
it.
Well, it will eventually, but probably not anytime
Not
soon.
soon enough.
Okay, guys, can I just, I mean, Charles, I love you, man. I love, AB, I was a little bit, I was listening to the other space, you and Stelz, and you were asking Nuance earlier, okay, what you gonna do about Hamas? That's the proper answer is, obviously, you go after Hamas, you take them out. But the thing is, that is, I think, fair and square. I have no disagreement with that. But when you listen to the other space, and I was listening yesterday in there, guys, man, what you're talking about, this is genocidal talk. I was hearing, yeah, they all support Hamas. 60, 70%, 80% support of Hamas. If they die, they die. That boxing honestly, man, boxing, I respect you. I'm not shit. I do not make shit up. Those were the talking points in Stelz's space. They were talking about, anyway, they're all guilty. They're all guilty because they support them, and if they die, they die. That's basically the cliff notes here. And I'm not making that shit up. I was listening there, and maybe you saw me, AB, and maybe Stelz saw me. I couldn't believe what I'm hearing, and that shit is going on basically every day, man. That's not cool. Like, you cannot say a guilt by blood or guilt by association. That doesn't work, man. This is like crazy. Fuck. That gives me. This is actually Nazi vibes, man. Like,
True.
you're all guilty.
But Chuck, can I confirm with Chuck real quick? Chuck, this is the Al Jazeera article you're talking about up in the Jumbotron?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's the one I posted. Yeah.
Yeah, because I read that again a second time just now. There was no mention of like Israel initially.
Of course there wasn't, because Chuck is a mentally unstable, compulsive liar. That's why.
Yeah, I just want
Kaiser,
I mean, for one, there's.
let me turn from the mentally unstable person to the stable person.
There's a history. By the way, this is libel. And if somebody, by the way, I'm offering
Sue me,
$1,000.
motherfucker. Sue me, and I mean it sincerely. Please sue me.
Right
Please.
here
Please.
and now, I'm offering $1,000 for AB's docs. If somebody provides it to me, I will pay them. I've done it before, and I'll continue to do it. Oh, I'm 100% going to dox them. And you're lucky I don't do you too, Prodigal. Just on aesthetic.
All right, wait a minute. Let's all calm down. I
Sue
wanted to
me,
ask
doctor.
Charles a question.
Okay. So can I answer Kaiser's question?
Let's slightly change the subject. It's getting a little vicious. Charles,
no, it's very obvious.
No, I won't talk
about other people who aren't in the space.
It's very obvious.
No, but just to Kaiser's point.
Just to Kaiser's point. Mike Benz, and what did you mean by these comments about Kyle Seraphin?
Oh, here we go.
That's boring, man. That's actually boring.
No, I mean it's very important for people to understand that there are these intelligence operations that are running from foreign governments on our soil. It's very important that people know this.
And Mr. Turkish Delight is not one of them, right?
I gotta be honest.
You don't like Lacombe?
I gotta be honest. My favorite one is I saw Chuck's tweet today being like Brett Cooper's hiding her fiance's face because he's Israeli intelligence. You got to give me the lowdown on this, Chuck. Like, where's the intel from? What do you know? Tell us what you got.
I mean, you know that like the government is tracking the Daily Wire, right? Like, you know this, right?
Sure.
This is known. Because the Daily Wire gets a shitload of money from the Chinese, okay? And the U.S. government doesn't like that. It's not cool. Yeah. So people are studying them and tracking them and what they're doing, who they're marrying, who they're meeting with, all that. Just a matter of time before that whole thing's wrapped up and rolled down.
You have them.
Did they do it before they released the Snow White film?
So are you saying like this rolled across your desk? This Brett Cooper, like, you know the guys.
I'm not gonna say how I know it, but let's just say that it's going to come out at some point.
What about the connection with Benz?
We don't hit the help. We don't hit the help. We don't hit the help.
Mackey.
The general rule is that we don't hit the help. Okay, that's the rule. We go after the money bags now. That's the game.
What about the connection with Benz and Mackey? Is there something there?
Yeah, they were very close for quite a long time. They were in the same message groups. Just read what Tundra puts up. I mean, Tundra is Canadian intelligence. Like, this is not a secret. By the way, AB, I'd be careful. Like in Canada, just something to think about. There's not just the U.S. intelligence.
Hey, Charles.
That's fair enough.
Charles,
Thank you for the warning. I appreciate that.
Charles, what's the connection with Mike Benz and Mackey?
They worked together. They were in the same influence group.
Interesting.
They were in the same channels.
Interesting.
Can I answer Kaiser's question?
No, you want to turn off from this question because it's uncomfortable to talk about how the assets are getting rolled up. I understand why. I don't even know what the
fuck you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. Knock knock.
Yeah, you do.
I have no interest in Mike Benz one way or the other. I think he worked for Trump, didn't he? Anyway, I have no interest in him one way or the other.
Just worked for Trump. Sure.
In any case, to Kaiser's point,
did he work for Trump?
Yeah, he did.
Like, in a basic bitch capacity. He
So
wasn't
that's
like
a yes.
his body man or anything.
That is a yes. That's his Weasley way. That's his gingy way of saying yes.
No, excuse me. There's.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Wait,
Trump,
what did he do
it's
for
not
Trump?
Trump's fault.
No.
What did he do for Trump?
Names Redacted has forgotten more about this subject than you'll know, AB. Let's say from names.
Listen,
it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I wanted to address Kaiser's point.
No, We're outing your assets right now. No. Names is speaking. Go ahead, Names.
When the fuck did you become the co-host?
No, let's
right
go to
now.
Name, and then we'll go back to you, AB. Go ahead, Name.
No, like Mike Benz was not working in the administration when this happened. He was actually running, working for the Israelis, running a Gab account, infiltrating the alt-right in some way. And he was working with Douglas Mackey when it happened. That's a fact. And after that operation, he basically infiltrated the administration for the Israelis again. And all this is coming out now.
I'm profoundly uninterested in anything to do with Mike Benz one way or the other. I don't give a fuck.
That's convenient. Very convenient, AB.
We're like talking about issues of geopolitical significance, and I don't give a fuck about.
No, we're talking about
guy.
Israeli operations on social media, AB.
Okay, great. I'm profoundly interested in it now. Kaiser, to your question, it's two separate points, right? You made one point about somebody said 60, 70, whatever % of the Palestinian population supports Hamas. That's objectively true. That's a true point. They're an extremely radicalized population. You could tell by the cheering throngs as broken, raped women and others and kidnapped victims were paraded down the streets. And also you could tell from objective polls. That's one point. That's an objectively true point. A separate point is whether you're allowed to,
objectively true polling in a dictatorship.
A separate point is, but some people on the space.
I mean, this is a typical.
I'm just answering Kaiser's question. A separate point is,
he wants
but some
to wipe
people
them out. Like, just be honest about it. Just say that you
a
support
separate
genocide.
point. A separate point.
It's
just like nonsensical shit in my ear.
What you mean?
No,
a
just
separate
say
point.
It. Just say that you support genocide. It's okay. Like, we know that's your position. Just be honest.
Okay, I'll never say listen. I'm pretty clear about what I do support.
Yeah, you support genocide, and you support it based upon bullshit polls that are created by the Israeli Information Office.
A separate point.
Like, you support genocide. Just be honest about
Kaiser.
it, baby. Come on.
A separate point,
be
Kaiser.
serious about it. Be honest.
Is that some people?
Be honest
here. Is that some people on the space?
True fact that you just pulled out of your ass. Be honest.
Is that some people on the space?
Be honest.
A separate point.
Wait, there's an easy way to determine this, so we can do it based on the action. So let's ask him if he supports certain actions. So, AB, do you support Israel turning off the water, the electricity, the cutting off the food, water supply, internet, all that stuff? Do you support all that being cut off from Gaza? Go ahead, AB.
Crickets.
AB, you got on mute. It's probably taking them a bit.
Yeah, it was glitched out. Yeah. So Israel, they should definitely allow other people to, other forces to, other UN or whatever it is, or Egypt if they want to supply stuff to non-combatants 100%.
That was not the question. That was not the question. Do you support turning off the electricity and the water?
Chuck, I don't give a flying fuck what you're asking me. I'm answering the question.
No, but that's part of my question. part of my
It's just a
question.
matter of time. Knock knock.
Yeah, you have no obligation when you're fighting a illegal terrorist organization that controls a territory to give it you as the opposing force to give it any fucking supplies, right? That being said, you should not prevent supplies if it could be if supplies can reach safely to non-combatants. Absolutely, you should provide it 100%. Non-combatants are protected under the laws of war 100%. That's an indisputable point. But there's no obligation, legal, moral, or otherwise, to say, oh, we have to supply electricity that is going to be used by the illegal, genocidal, massacring, raping, thieving, kidnapping the terrorist organization that has behaved on par or worse than ISIS with fucking. It's like saying, does America have an obligation to supply the Islamic State of Iraq and the Daesh basically with electricity, food, and water? No, but do they have an obligation to allow civilians who live under those?
Hold on. Wait. When we were
Do they
there,
have an obligation to allow civilians who live under that rule
but did we
to
cut off?
get humanitarian supplies as soon as they can? Yes, they do.
Wait, did we ever cut off the power for like 2 million or like
did you see what the American forces did to Mosul, Fallujah, Ramadi?
Yeah, it was also war crimes. Okay, the thing is, yes, thank you that you mentioned it. Raqqa was a war crime, absolutely. The thing is, AB,
and by the way,
Charles, let me break it down.
By the way,
just let me break it down in a very objective way here. AB, what you're saying would be true if you make the equivalence that all citizens of Gaza are basically Hamas terrorists. That's not true. And then there's the Geneva Conventions, and yes, it is considered a war crime to cut off a civil population for basic supplies. That's considered a war crime. Unless, obviously, if you consider every citizen of Gaza, the 2.4 million, as basically a Hamas terrorist. And that was the notion I got from the other space, stealth space. That wasn't, they're all the same, they're all supported. Let God sort them out then, basically. That was kind of notion, the consensus in that space. And I was really shocked, man. Like, this is shit talk. AB, man, I considered you as a reasonable guy. I mean, come on, man. I don't say that you said that, but that was the consensus in that space. And stealth is something else.
If you support humanitarian aid going in, why would you like bomb the road that leads into Rafah? Even though they don't even take in goods really through there, but I think they're considering allowing.
AB doesn't know how to make good points. I mean, they said they released the hostages; they'll send an aid. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you could say what you want.
They're already allowing
situations. They don't give bank robbers food, etc. And this is a group that's bragging they have enough arms and munition to last for 2 years. Maybe they should have stocked up on food and generators for their people. Let
me repeat again. You are Kaiser. You are incorrect in one sense. There is no obligation for one side of a fight, of a war, okay, a illegally engaged war, to supply themselves, to be the supplier of any fucking goods to that other person, right? There's no obligation. Now, moreover, 90%
of people in a concentration camp and keep them
there. So I guess every landlocked country is a fucking. It's not even landlocked, but I guess every country is you can consider a concentration camp.
What are you talking?
Look at the fucking look at the.
Which landlocked? Hold on, I want to know what other. Yeah, it's not a landlocked country, by the way. It's literally got access to the sea, but they're blockaded, so they can't fucking leave, and they can't fly out. What other country does this really like apply to? I want to know. Like, where they also put a giant fence around the entire thing and don't allow people really to like leave or go unless they have like. Maybe they're like from the United States or they got some sort of dual citizenship or something, or they have like the very limited number of work permits and stuff. Like, what do you
and AB, I have to add one thing here, AB, before AB goes, because here, AB, let's be the Geneva Conventions are actually quite specific about that. You cannot deliberately target civilian population by cutting them off of basic supplies. And again, Bibi Netanyahu was calling it a war. So that's basically, this is why Putin was making the example with Leningrad siege. Because yes, there are certain similarities here. And I'm just saying, AB, the same thing what the West has been accusing Russia of doing all the time, which they actually never did in that regard, is now happening again, and we are all justifying it. Not me personally, but our governments. And don't you think that this is a little bit of a problem, that the world sees that we are basically being fucking hypocrites? Not us personally, but our governments?
No, AB is actually making a case for genocide.
Real quick, this is breaking news. The U.S. just used its veto at the UN Council to block a resolution calling for Israel to allow
That's not breaking
humanitarian
news. It's
corridors
like
into the
3
Gaza
o'clock
Strip.
in the morning. That's not breaking news. That happened hours ago.
By the way, it's
2:10
also legally
Eastern. So again, an hour ago. I apologize. You're
It's
right.
also legally indefensible for somebody to go and actually make a pro-genocide argument. This has actually been used to hold people accountable who are calling for genocide in Rwanda.
Yeah, there's no pro